Hey there, very excited for this episode. We're going to name the top cities in the Sacramento area to move to in 2025.
I mean, there's a lot of areas out here to move to, but these are, some of the places that we visit quite often where a lot of our clients are relocating to for many reasons. And we'll break down, a lot of the reasons why, mostly because of the infrastructure, the new communities, the great schools that they have available, and also some of the great incentives we're getting with our builders.
There's a lot to cover.
Yeah.
And just all the cities we cover, there's even more than that, right?
Oh, for sure.
We're going to name a few of our favorites. What I love about them, they're good, growing cities with great schools, and I'm very excited for this one. And I know you guys are probably on the channel, might not be in the area, and you want to learn more about this area. Man, we are excited about this area. There's a reason why so many people are moving out here. So, Rose, how do you want to do this? What
Well,
city do you like? There's a lot to
okay,
choose from.
so I'm gonna be a little biased because we live in one of my favorite cities, and I think we should talk about Rockland first.
Yeah, I'm biased when it comes to that too. We moved out here almost 4 years ago. Didn't know much about it, the area. Started our YouTube channel. And what that did for us the first year was great education because a lot of the videos you see in the beginning of our page is like top things to do in Rockland, Folsom, El Dorado, top things to do in Lincoln, top things to do in Elk Grove. That was kind of like all we were doing.
Yeah.
And looking back, man, it taught us so much about these areas. Um, so we go to these areas all the time, and kind of our favorite,
Yeah.
if you want to pick, is
Well,
going to
I
be
mean,
Rockland
okay,
for
so
us and a lot of
right.
people in this area too.
And people have their different like wants
Wants and
and needs,
needs
right? And so like someone can someone could like Roseville better than Rockland or
or Elk
Folsom.
Grove,
Exactly.
which
So
for us it might be a little bit
busier.
busy,
Yep.
right?
Why are you
Keep
finishing my
talking.
sentences?
She's been together a long time. It's pretty amazing that I have this black shirt on and she put a black dress on and we finish each other's
I
sentences.
have black and white, just for the record.
Okay. So yeah, every one of these cities has their positives and I guess some of their negatives too.
Yeah,
And every city is not gonna be right for every person. Our experience when it comes to raising a family,
schools.
great schools, great people, um, and so many other things. Just Rockland has been amazing. We freaking love it out here. We
Well,
absolutely love it out here. And there's a lot of new people out here that say
sure.
the same thing too.
Yeah, and I mean for us it's like Rockland's a little bit slower than Roseville. It's a
Sure.
little bit we live in the Whitney Ranch part of Rockland and it's like this whole brand new community, right? And so there's a lot of diversity. The schools are brand new. Our kids can play outside, ride around. The neighbors say hi, and I know that that's kind of a common thing in new construction communities. But like I think my personal favorite is like our HOA where we get together with the neighbors or we have a block party for Christmas. And, it's just kind of a really good sense of community. People still stop to say hi to the neighbors. And I think that's what attracts a lot of people to this area.
It's a good vibe. Hands down, amazing schools, amazing people. Um, the families out here are just good people. You know, you
Yeah.
feel like you fit in when you're out here.
Yeah.
We love Rockland. Now we don't we'll go to Roseville a lot or
Yeah.
Lincoln a lot to go to like the bigger
Grocery
stores,
stores.
right? So
Yeah.
that's one thing Rose was talking about. It's a little bit slower pace. Kind of like it though, because Roseville's right up the street and Lincoln's right up the street. It's
Yeah.
almost like they're intertwined, right? So it's not a big deal for us. And man, if you're looking for that and it's still affordable out here, Rockland's a really good city to look into, especially if you're raising a family.
Yeah.
Love
Yep.
Rockland.
So moving over,
How you gonna top that?
I know, right?
Let's go
Moving
on the other
over.
side. Let's talk to Elk Grove. Talk about Elk Grove.
Okay,
You
let's
want to do
talk about
that?
Elk
Because
Grove.
that's
Sure.
different, right?
Very different.
Yeah, that's going to be closer to the Bay Area, closer to downtown Sacramento.
Yeah. And that's
Um,
actually the largest city in the Sacramento County. is
What?
Elk Grove. Yeah. So you're gonna, I mean, obviously with all the cities, you're gonna have like a newer part and an older part, right? So Elk Grove's gonna have the older homes. And then you have the newer part, which they're building so much in Elk
So
Grove.
the Elk Grove's just been around longer, been
Yeah,
developed for longer, right?
yeah,
So they're gonna have more restaurants to choose from,
yeah. And I'm
right?
more of a
More
nightlife.
shopping to choose from,
Yeah.
or it's
So
easier out there.
yeah, so
Easier.
I was actually looking at something, trying to see like how many homes they're building in Elk Grove. And so it says here that Elk Grove is expected to issue over 1,000 home permits in 2024, but they're also doing 1,000 homes per year.
Right, because they're already building.
Yeah,
tons of homes.
right. And so it says here that they're gonna have quite a bit of growth in Elk Grove within the next they're saying that Elk Grove could see development boom over the next 20 years. Not only with the home building that they're the new construction, but they're building a new 65-acre zoo. I think that's gonna go near the casino. There's a casino in Elk Grove. Yeah. So I mean, that's huge, right? Like, what is that gonna do for like equity and value?
Just this area, gosh, we think there's so many people moving out here just building homes. They're building a lot of stuff out here. A lot of town centers, schools, hospitals.
Oh
Elk
yeah.
Grove is one of them. Here's the thing with Elk Grove, though. It's going to be closer downtown, closer to the Bay Area, also a little bit higher price
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
right? How
Right.
are the schools in Elk Grove?
I mean, the schools they have really good school district, obviously, like with every city. They're not all gonna be like high ranked. The older ones are probably going to be a little bit lower. I can actually take a look at rateschools.org is a really good resource for you to find the ratings for the schools. So Elk Grove is they have 38 elementary schools, 17 middle schools, and 16 high schools in
So
Elk
that's a
Grove.
lot bigger than because Rockland they have two high schools,
Yeah.
a couple middle schools.
Right. And so, I mean, you're going to have some that are 8 out of 10. And then you're going to have some that are 6 out of 10. And then, you know, some that are 5 out of 10. So what I recommend is obviously like we're heavily into the new construction space. So those are always going to belong to like the newer schools. So they're going to be ranked a little bit higher. If you're looking at older homes, resell, you can actually go to the school district website and figure out what school that house belongs to. If you have any questions on that, please feel free to reach out to us.
So Elk Grove is booming. They have a lot of cool stuff there already. They're building more cool stuff. A little bit higher price point, but still a lot more affordable than if you were to, let's say, go to the Bay Area.
Oh,
Right? So get a
absolutely. I
brand new
mean,
home in
even
Elk
if you,
Grove, opposed to the Bay Area.
I mean, I was actually looking at prices. Like if you move to Elk Grove, it's actually more affordable than doing like Fairfield, Vacaville. I think it might even be kind of comparable to like Dixon and Galt, which is like in,
Still developing.
right, right.
It's they're in their development phase too.
Sure.
But the thing with Elk Grove, it's just there's a lot more already there. Right?
Yes.
So you're able to save money.
Yeah.
Have
And there's a lot of
it's
it's pretty diverse in Elk Grove as well.
fast pace, city life, diversity. Yeah, a lot to choose from. You go there, it's just I feel like I'm kind of in Sacramento or even the Bay Area.
Yeah,
right.
for sure. So the neighboring city of Elk Grove is Rancho Cordova. So this one is kind of, you get the benefits of like Elk Grove because it belongs to the Elk Grove School District, which the newer part of Rancho Cordova. So obviously there's an older part of Rancho Cordova that goes to Rancho Cordova School District, kind of like a little bit at or below average as far as schools go. But the newer construction in Rancho Cordova belong to Elk Grove School District. So you're going to go to the good schools that have higher ratings there. So Rancho Cordova's definitely a slower pace than Elk Grove. You kind of get the benefit of like Folsom and Elk Grove. It's like the newer part of Rancho Cordova is like maybe 15 minutes to like Folsom where you can have like, the Palladio and stuff, but they're opening another road that makes that drive a little bit faster. So once that happens, you're going to see a little bit more growth in this area of Rancho Cordova because, you still have really good affordable homes, and be able to access like Elk Grove and Folsom
Don't
easily.
sleep on Rancho Cordova. Okay, so we first came out here, learned about Rancho Cordova when our son had to wrestle, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
so we saw a park out there, and it was amazing. We had
They
a
had like a
birthday
little
there. It
fishing
was on the
pond.
American River, and you could fish on a little pond. It's
Hold on,
pretty
quick plug. If you haven't watched it, we had top things to do in Rancho Cordova,
kids
kids
edition,
edition.
right, right. And then we were showing our clients resell the first time I really went through Rancho Cordova. And then when I was like, I don't know, this is kind of older, right? It's a little bit of homeless in certain areas too, right? And then we went to the new construction areas, like two different
Oh,
cities,
yeah.
right? And what they're doing out in Rancho Cordova is pretty amazing. They have a section called the ranch,
The ranch.
the ranch
Yep.
in Rancho
Right.
Cordova, that the area you're talking about, that you could actually get on the 50 pretty easily or take the back roads to Folsom. And that whole area is just exploding with growth right now. And they're going to continue to build connecting to Folsom,
Right.
right? And Folsom is an amazing city, right? So what I like about Rancho Cordova, a few things: brand new infrastructure,
Yeah.
good schools, part of the Elk Grove School District. And as they continue to build, they're going to be needing to build schools.
Well,
For
so
Rancho
they have
Cordova
a
as well.
they do have a brand new elementary school right in that new area that we're talking about. They just got an approval to build a middle school and a high school,
Right.
but it's still gonna take, 3 to 4 years to build that.
So if you keep it in elementary, you got time.
Yeah. And so, I guess one of the things to think about is like if you have a middle school and high school, you would have to drive 10, 15 minutes to Elk Grove.
Rancho Cordova has some of the best deals when it
Oh,
comes to buying a brand new home that we're seeing. Um, with the potential it does have,
yeah,
right? So
for
when you
sure.
when you weigh those things out, Rancho Cordova is up there with one of the best deals you could get for where you're at.
And the price is still like pretty sweet,
It is
right?
right now is a good time. If
Yeah,
you're
because if
looking,
you compare it, the prices to Elk Grove and Folsom, and the fact that you have easy access to both of those, the price point's pretty nice.
yeah,
So I mean, we got a client into a 5-bedroom home in Rancho Cordova for like 720, and they got a 3.5% interest rate with some closing costs like that. You don't get that in Elk Grove or Folsom.
we're seeing some really good potential, really good deals. It's really close to South Lake Tahoe. It's really close to Sacramento. It's a drive to the Bay Area, but like we were saying, it's close to Elk Grove, which is similar. It's closer to than if Rockland's a little bit further drive.
Yeah, it takes like 40 minutes
What's
because
the
of the
next
back road.
city over right into? So we're kind of going Elk Grove, Rancho Cordova. What's the
Folsom.
next city? I like Folsom.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, we hope you're enjoying this video and that you find the information helpful while you're going through this home buying process.
Good chance you're watching this video to learn more about the area and possibly buy a home out here. It's a lot of new construction, and the truth is you can walk into new construction unrepresented and get some kind of incentive. We just want to let you know, we want you to reach out to us first, because we do know through experience over and over and over again that it's good to have representation, and with our skill we could get you the best deal possible. That's why we have information down below that you can reach out to us, and we hope you enjoy the video. Let's get back to it. Folsom's one of our favorite cities. Might be, it's up there, right? When we first started doing videos about Folsom,
Okay, here's another plug, top
I
things to do in Folsom.
that was a huge learning point for me, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize Folsom was as cool as it is, never really going through it, being from the Bay Area. And I started thinking like Folsom's absolutely
Oh, it's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Has a downtown area,
The Palladio.
Folsom Lake, the Palladio, American River, brand new homes, amazing schools, amazing people, really close to Tahoe.
Yeah.
really close to Sacramento. Still affordable. Yes, it's going to be a little bit higher price point than Rancho Cordova, but you get a lot when it
Yeah,
comes to Folsom, and it's
sure.
still very competitive when it comes to pricing.
Yeah, and I think you know what I like too is at the Palladio, it's kind of like this outdoor like restaurant shopping, but they have Sequest there, which is like a fun place for us when we take the kids. A lot of great restaurants, and then they have homes that kind of like are in various like price points. So like entry level home, you're probably looking at what like mid 600 or something like that in Folsom Ranch. But then up the hill, you have like Russell Ranch where they're like $1 million homes. And then you have like custom luxury homes.
Some really nice homes overlooking like the American River or Folsom Lake,
Right.
custom built, huge
So it's like
acreage or
such a
lot
wide
sizes.
variety of like
Yeah,
different types of
Folsom's very
homes in
cool.
Folsom.
Amazing schools. A great city to look into if you're raising a family too or looking to relocate. We absolutely love Folsom.
Yeah. And then right next to Folsom, you have EDH, El Dorado
Eldorado
Hills.
Hills. My mother actually, when we moved out here from San Ramon to Rockland, she moved from Martinez to Eldorado Hills. I ask her all the time, "How do you like it?" Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Slower pace.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, that area too has, you know, it's like really close to the Sierras.
yeah,
It's literally like El Dorado Hills, and then you start going up that hill. Um, and so there's a lot of different, you know, 55 and over communities up there. I mean, we do have families who are, you know, our age moving out there. So it's kind of like, you know, just really depends on the kind of like community that you're looking for. They do have the El Dorado Hills Town Center.
that place is amazing. If you
Yeah.
guys haven't been there, if you've been to Eldorado Hills, you've been there, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's
that's
really
where,
nice.
yeah,
Lots of restaurants.
huge movie theater, beautiful nugget, a lot of traffic in that little area. But my mother lives right around there, and yeah, she absolutely loves it. I think it's going to be, from Elk Grove to Rancho Cordova to Folsom to El Dorado Hills. The further you get, or the closer you get to Tahoe, a little bit slower pace.
Yeah. Oh, for
Right?
sure.
These are beautiful homes, guys. They have good schools there too, slower pace, right?
Yeah.
So make sure your teenagers are okay with that, right? That might be a thing. You might want to stay in like Folsom or even like a Roseville or Rockland when it comes to raising the family. But El Dorado
Yeah,
Hills is absolutely
it
beautiful. That's
is.
just one thing I want you to be mindful of.
Yeah. Okay, so let's back up and go back into like our area. So let's talk about Roseville.
When it comes to my favorite on the list, when it like most bang for your buck and checking off as many boxes as possible, Roseville's my favorite. When it comes to affordability, buying a brand new home in a great school district for a low price, already pretty developed. When you consider Rockland, Rockland doesn't have a mall. We go to Roseville for the mall.
Yeah.
Rockland has a couple little shopping centers, but Roseville is more
We have the
developed.
fountains, you have
There's
Top Golf.
yeah, there's so many things to do. Sunsplash, it's big. We're still learning about Roseville, but what they're building out there
Oh,
just blows
huge.
my mind. And because it's still in the beginning phase, even though they've been building forever now, but it still seems like they have so much building to do that I feel like we're still in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
We're seeing some amazing deals on brand new homes right now. It's pretty impressive. So yeah, if you're looking to get a good priced home in a great city that has great potential for growth with great schools, that is still very close to Truckee.
Yeah.
It's right next door to Rockland. Really good cities. Has amazing mall and just fun things to do. Roseville's where it's at, man. I really
Yeah.
like Roseville.
A lot of our clients do love Roseville. I mean, we move a lot of people to
You can get a
Roseville.
brand new home in Roseville for low 500s, maybe even high 400s. That's kind of getting out now, but I'm talking like Roseville School District, brand new home. We're still seeing in the low
Five.
to mid 500,000
Yeah.
price point, and we're able to still negotiate good incentives,
Incentives.
good
Yeah.
rates.
Yeah.
for that. And what's coming in that area that they're moving into is just unbelievable. They're going to be building thousands and thousands of home in
Yeah.
Roseville, right? So many cool things, not to mention the high schools that
Yeah.
they have, but even West Park, the new
Well,
high
so
school.
yeah, so I mean, I guess in quick summary, in West Park, Roseville, there's a brand new community where they're building 2,800 homes, and then they're actually building another community outside of that with 5,600 homes. So
That's
like
right, connected
roughly
to it.
like
So they're like the
yeah,
same,
with
right?
Sac State University coming in, like their campus. So I mean, huge growth just in that little pocket of Roseville.
And it's just the beginning.
Right. And that's not even, all the building that they're doing in Roseville. There's other areas like off baseline that we haven't even talked about, but just that area alone has over 7,000 homes being built. So the equity there is going to be huge. So Lincoln. So Lincoln to
Your
me,
voice on that one. Got against Lincoln. Huh?
so So Lincoln, it kind of reminds me of Livermore like 20 years ago. They have like the downtown Lincoln, which is really cute. We go to Old Town Pizza there. They have wineries, Wise Villa Winery, Rancho Robles, and they have this cute brewery that we like to go to. It's called the Goat House Brewery, where they make their own, is it hops? And then the kids can feed the goats and the donkey. So it's kind of like, it's a really cute town. It's not as developed as like the Roseville area, but they do have a lot of like the stores. So like in Whitney Ranch, we could go to Roseville for like our Home Depot, our Target, and like our little shopping. But we can also go to Lincoln, which is not as like busy as Roseville. So we'll sometimes go to like the Home Depot or the Lowe's here in Lincoln, which is both ways is probably like
We
10
kind of
minutes.
like, I mean, from Rockland, there's a lot of times we go to Roseville for certain things, or we have the choice to go to Lincoln as well.
Yeah, because it's not as
And we
busy.
tend to start going to Lincoln because it's just not as busy.
Yeah.
But they still have a lot of things right off the freeway, right? But then you can go inland a little bit further. It just seems kind of like an old school vibe. And
Yeah,
it's a very cool
it's
little
cute.
town. Like Rose was saying, you go a little bit further in and man, we'll go watch the sunset, have a bottle of wine and just be around good people. And
Yeah.
it's a really cool town.
So
Really good price point
we
too.
actually don't talk about this a lot, but McBean Park is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's where our son was doing Little League and baseball, and we had no idea. And we ended up going to a baseball field where William Jessup University College plays during school season. And then during their off season, there's a baseball team. Shoot, I can't even remember what it's called.
It's fun. You really cheap for a ticket. They like interact with the crowd. It's a good night out. And it's just kind of takes you old school vibe. Just go to the game with the family and it's kind of like you're in a
The Lincoln Potters.
it's like your professional game for a fraction of the price, right?
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah, no, it's great. And it's fun for the kids and it's really cheap. So I mean, that was something that we learned about a couple years ago, just because our son played there on their stadium, and it was like a big deal for the kids to be able to play on the Lincoln Potters and the William Jessup Stadium. And then, so pricing wise, as far as homes, um, there's a few areas in Lincoln, closer to Rockland. There's this area called 12 Bridges, really good school, brand new high school. There is a home there that's kind of an alley load where you share driveway with people. Those are in the high 400s.
Crazy. This is a brand new single family residence, brand new in the 400,000s.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
then
right next to Roseville, right next to Rockland.
and then right across from there is another community that's in the high 500s. So with really good schools, right? So that's kind of a big deal of as far as affordability. And then if you go out a little bit further by the Lincoln Airport, there's a bunch of like newer communities out there. You're probably looking between like, I don't know, mid 500s to 700 for pretty decent size homes. I mean, 2 to 3,000 square foot homes and under, 800,000 is great. I know a few other builders who are buying land in Lincoln that's gonna be coming up right off the Ferrari Ranch exit. So there's just a ton of building happening in all these areas.
Hey guys, we are so happy we moved out here 3.5 years ago. We know you're probably looking because you're thinking of making the move too. We talked to so many people that have moved out here not knowing too much about the area. And overall, almost every single
Oh, yeah.
person says they absolutely love it out here.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
so that's what this channel is for. It's been to share our experience and share our knowledge. And it's really pretty cool when you guys see us, reach out to us and say we've helped a lot with our channel, because it's just me and Rose. We've known each other our whole lives, and we're just created this little YouTube channel to kind of give back and share our knowledge. And if you guys want more information, you guys think of, you want to start, looking into some of these neighborhoods, possibly buying a home, we definitely recommend you talk to people that are experts in this area, right? You want to have someone with a lot of knowledge that could really go to bat for you guys to get you the best possible information and the best possible deals when it comes to buying.
Yeah, so reach out to us even if you have any questions on how to get started, or just, we want to make sure that we are here to answer any questions that you guys have. So we'll put our contact information in this description, as well as our Calendly link. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. And if you're new to our channel,
make sure to give a little love to that subscribe button, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, bye.